at least they're not running away. Okay, I try to be the optimist and looking the good in every situation.
Huh?
Friends, welcome to the humble abode. This is the musical hangout I like to frequent. A lot of cool jamming goes on in here because the world is crazy, but God, at least we still have music, right? So let's just get set up here. Very important video today, guys. As I told you guys, one of the things about this channel is I want to be able to help people not learn to make my mistakes, give people a lot of tips that I never had anyone to give me when I started out on my musical journeys over 30 years ago. That pains me to say that. So anyway, guys, today we are going to talk about stage fright, and I'm going to give you a tip that sounds funny. It's kind of meant to be funny, but there's some truth to it as well. First and foremost, when you hear the term ego, okay, having a bit of an ego is good as a musician. It helps you cope and deal with the pressure of performing, going out in front of playing in front of 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000 people. But when you have too big of an ego, that is not good. Now, that's a video for another day, but having a bit of an ego is good, and that it helps you be confident when you're performing in front of an audience. Stage fright affects many people. I've had my battles with it. Now, I've had my own strategies that have worked, which I'm going to talk about today. Some people even take special medications called beta blockers to help them so they don't have anxiety or feel nervous when they play. They're called beta blockers. People take them, they pop them before they go out and do an audition or performance, and they don't really feel anything out on stage. For me, hey man, you do what you need to do. I've never used them. I kind of like to take things, you know, head to head, meaning I always felt that beta blockers would kind of rob me of that exhilaration of playing live and having a crowd really appreciate you and cheer and everything. But some people do take them. No judgment, not my cup of tea. But I'm going to give you guys some real solid strategies that are going to help you with stage fright. What I have always firmly believed in to do something when it came to performing is that preparation is your best weapon. So what I mean by that is, if you are performing and you've rehearsed and you know the music forwards and backwards, you've been over it so many times, that always seems to work best, because when you go out on stage, even if you get nervous, it's normal to get a little bit nervous. You tend to almost go into autopilot because you've been over it so many times. Your brain, your nervous system, your muscles, they're used to playing those sequences. Where a lot of people, if they go out unprepared, it's not good. Now, some people have a really fantastic musical memory. They can remember hundreds of songs. I was never that guy. I kind of have to go over songs to keep them fresh and remember them. I'm finding, especially as I age, that's one of the downsides to aging. You've got immense wisdom and experience, but you know, learning hard guitar passages, extensive solo passages, they take a little more work to remember them. The other thing I'm going to tell you is to go in front of a non-judgmental crowd. What is a non-judgmental crowd, you say? Well, if you go in front of friends and family, they're going to tell you that you sound awesome no matter what. Unless it's a really dysfunctional set of friends and family, and then they're going to tell you that you suck. But just getting out in front of an audience of some kind, even if you get no response, is actually going to help you get used to performing in front of objects, people. I tried this recently. A few weeks back, on a very cold, windy fall day, I went out and I found myself a non-judgmental audience, and I can tell you, I didn't really win them over. Check it out. I haven't done a gig in a long time, and I'm really nervous, so it's always best for people who have stage fright or people who haven't done a gig in a while to get a really good non-judgmental audience and see how it goes. But it looks like we got a good crowd today. So I think we found a non-judgmental audience. So for people who have stage fright, this is where you want to start. They don't know you. They're not going to be too judgmental. They're not going to throw things at you. They're not going to judge you. Let's just see what happens, okay? One, 4, 5 in the key of D. Here we go. Well, Jesus, if my playing doesn't suck, that was not the reaction we were looking for. Let's find a new audience, shall we? I'm going to play some more arpeggios. Arpeggios, as we know, is the notes of a chord played one after another, not simultaneously like when you strike a chord like this. One of the most famous songs for arpeggios is House of the Rising Sun, so let's do that, shall we? At least they're not running away. Okay, I try to be the optimist and look in the good in every situation. So there you have it, folks. Some ideas on how to deal with performance anxiety, stage fright. Hope that helps you. And don't take lightly the whole idea of playing in front of a non-judgmental crowd. Remember, practice hard, practice smart. Preparation is the best weapon. And we'll see you soon.